The problem with helping disabled people too much, aka over helping, and it really comes down to one core point. You are stripping away another person's independence and ability to do things simply because you think they're not capable. Now, I'm not saying if you go out and help disabled people, you're some fucking horrible creature from Satan. All I'm saying is maybe people should dial back how much we help these people, because at the end of the day, they are adults, they are independent people like you and me, and I'm pretty sure they want to go through their life without people constantly asking, do you need help? Now, I'm going to tell you a little story time about my friend who was in a wheelchair in high school and how I treated him versus how I saw others treat him. Now, I'm not saying how these other people treated him were bad necessarily, but they didn't treat him like an equal. They treated him as someone who needs help, which just isn't true. So, he had a walker and he could like hold onto like chairs and stuff to transfer out of his wheelchair even into like a normal chair. So one time at dinner he was sat on the dinner chair and he moved onto his wheelchair but slipped and fell. My immediate reaction, because he's my friend, was to piss myself laughing, because he's my friend at the end of the day, and he has seen me before laugh at other friends for falling over, so why would I not laugh at him falling over and treat him completely differently to my other friend, right? But the reaction from everyone else who were his friends and also teachers and even random people was to rush over, create a scene that was 20 times bigger than it actually needed to be, and start panicking to the heavens because this kid had fell over. Now, I'm not saying it's not a bit harder for him to get up off the floor back into his wheelchair. Of course it is, and this neighbour's dog is really annoying me. It just barks non-stop. I literally waited for like 5 minutes before recording this, and they still haven't got their dog in. Anyway, so he had fell, everyone had rushed over, made a scene 10 times bigger than it actually needed to be. I was dying laughing. I had to walk away because I was like, shit. If a teacher sees me laughing, they're going to think I'm a horrible person. But my problem with this was, even though, like I said, it may be harder for him to get back up and in his wheelchair, he is more than capable of getting himself back up and in his wheelchair. It's not like he couldn't walk, he used a walker. It's not like he couldn't transfer himself to places. And it wasn't the first time I had seen him fall over before. And it just baffled me that so many people made a scene so big for something so small. And just think about how embarrassing that would be for you. When I fall over in public, my reaction is to laugh my head off because, well, it's embarrassing. You just want to laugh it off, get back up, keep going, and you don't want a big scene around you because it's embarrassing. So how do you think it made him feel, or how would it make you feel if a fucking barrage of people come sprinting over like you've been shot because you simply fell over? Something every single person does. And I think it comes from a mentality of, like, people want to help so much, but then they forget by helping to that extent, they are treating this other person, he wasn't an adult at the time, but you get what I mean, this other adult is incapable of looking after themselves. Another example, there used to be a guy in a wheelchair who lived local to us, and he would use his feet to push his wheelchair, so he'd be like this. Yeah, I'm not taking the mic, but that's how it was, yeah? I never talked to him, never asked if he needed help, but every time I saw him in the shop, people would always ask if he needed help, and he would always say no, and I respect that. He's saying no because he's an independent adult man who can look after himself. He got to the shop on his own, he gets back to his house on his own, he cooks on his own, I'm pretty sure he lived on his own, so he doesn't need to be treated like a child who doesn't know how to navigate the world. So this is my take. I do think we overhelp disabled people, and instead of it building their confidence, it just kind of takes away from their independence, because, like, this is another example, right, and I really like this example, I'm quite proud for thinking of it. But say you were learning something, or you're making something, or doing whatever, right, and somebody keeps coming to check in on you, asking, are you okay, do you need help, do you need help? In that moment, not looking back, not reflecting, put your mindset in that moment. Are you genuinely going to be appreciative of this person? Or are you going to think, this person is mithering me, I wish they would piss off because I just want to be independent, I want to do it myself, I'm capable of doing it myself. So my thing is how I treat disabled people. I treat them like any other person. I don't go out of my way to help another person. I'm not going to go out of my way to help a disabled person because they're an adult, they're independent, and if they need help, this is another thing, right? If they need help, they have a voice. People think disabled people are scared to ask for help or something. They're not. Like, because you can't walk, right, or because you have a stutter, or because of whatever issue you have, that does not mean they're incapable of using words. They are an adult. They have an adult brain. Like, I'm not talking about people who need full-time care. I'm talking about people who you see out and about. These people can use their voice if they need help, and they will probably ask you. Like, you can't just assume every time you see a disabled person struggling that they're not asking for help because they're scared of asking for help, right? It makes no sense. So my mentality is help them if they ask me for help. If they fall over and they're my friend, laugh. If they fall over and they're not my friend, walk on, because I walk on if next man falls over. So if next man falls over, I'm going to walk on. And I think that also builds, like, in society, just a better understanding, like better treatment, because then you're not going out of your way to give these people special treatment. You're treating them how you would treat everyone else. And isn't that the whole point of, like, equality or whatever, is to treat everyone the same, not to give one person, well, one group of people extra privileges or extra support or extra help or whatever it is just because they have a disability. You should treat them how you treat anyone else, any other stranger in public. That's how you should treat them, unless you're a prick, and then maybe, don't be a prick to people. But you get what I mean, like, disabled people are independent people, they're adults, they have a mind, they have a voice, they can let you know if they need help, and they do not need to be bothered constantly. Of course, I'm not disabled, so I don't speak for the whole disabled community or whatever. I don't speak for everyone, so if you have a different opinion on this, please let me know. But bear in mind, we are talking about independent disabled people, not people who actually need 24/7 support, the people you see out and about, like in wheelchairs, or people who are deaf, like my uncle is, or fucking whatever, right? Treat these people the same. If you have a different opinion than me, please let me know. And if you're disabled, fucking brilliant. Well, not brilliant, but brilliant, because then you can let me know what you think of my take. Well, no, I feel a bit bad now because I just said brilliant, then I said it's not brilliant to be disabled. I mean, it's not that brilliant, but you get what I mean. Just let me know your thoughts below, and I'm going to stop talking before I get cancelled, before I even average 10 views a fucking video in a bit.